Okay, everybody, Kira here. It's a rarity that I watched 3 of these episodes in a row. I know you guys aren't getting it that way. You guys we release them every week, every other week, but whatever. But I'm trying to squeeze in another episode because I got to see what happens. I'm sweating bullets right now. I got about 36 minutes to get this episode in before I have to be back inside with my children. Time is limited, time is of the essence, but I'm so glad that I'm getting to see this much. Okay. So just a quick rundown. So for those of you who are following along, we are basically, Scout Regiment is trying to overthrow the government and replace the righteous queen to her throne, Historia. The government is basically trying to disband and get rid of the Scout Regiment because the Scout Regiment is getting a little too close to discovering the truth, which is basically that, in my mind, everything that has been going on, particularly with the Titans and the walls and the keeping of the peace, has been more in line with keeping the power and the prestige and the lands and the wealth of the very wealthy. Now, again, I think I'm making the assumption that the Intelligent Titans and the government are in cahoots, and we still don't know what's going on with Monkey Titan and Dark Brandon Titan. That was shown a few episodes ago back in season 2. I think it was last episode of the season, actually, where it kind of showed them at the very end and just saying like, oh shit, like that didn't work out the way we wanted it to work out. So I don't know. Okay. So that's where we're at. Eren and Krista or Historia are still captured. Erwin has been captured. And there's foreshadowing that he's going to get hung. And one of the towns, I think that it was the town that got destroyed by Annie. Was it that town or was it Trost? Might have been Trost. The Stoas district was the one that got destroyed by Annie and Eren fighting as Titans. I think it was Trost. The village people of Trost, I think, heard, it doesn't matter, but just that a village has heard the admission of the corruption of the government. And of course, there's a garbage truck right outside of the corruption of the government. So basically at this point, even if you got rid of the Scout Regiment, there is no more like rewinding things, right? Like the truth is out now. So the government's kind of fucked no matter what, but they just don't know it yet. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. This is episode 42 of season 3. Again, you guys can see right here, so you know I'm not bullshitting you. Episode 42, right? I didn't even know I was on season 3 until the intro credits happened differently, which I'm going to skip today because I gotta get moving. Ooh, hot. Yeah, Hanji, I fucking love that bitch.
エレンとクリスタはどこだ
無駄なんだよ選ぶのはお前だそして彼らだ
Okay, here we go. I love the intro, but we gotta go. Reply. Okay.
すごい数の馬車だな
今頃裁判してるよ最後のな
調査兵団を失うということは人類の誇
If humanity loses a scout regiment, that means humanity loses their
りを
spear.
失うことを意味します迫り来る敵から身を
When
守るのは
enemies close
盾で
in,
抜く
you guard not with a shield, but a spear that eliminates the threat.
引き下がるのみでは何の解決にもなりませんそれともこの状況を打破する何かしらの秘策があるのでしょうか
Nope. Sure don't.
エルヴィン、君はどうも理解していないようだが、 今君がここにいるのは壁内の未来を話し合うためではないし、
何より巨人が壁を破ってきた際、人があまり残っとらんようじゃ巨人に呆れられてしまいましょうぞ。
よろしい。では協議に入る。
陛下、よろしいですな。
I wonder who this guy that they put in that place is, right? He's always sitting in the same posture, staring off, not really doing or saying anything. It's an interesting depiction of royalty there.
では陛下の名のもと、
The king didn't even say anything. I mean, that's obviously the king right there, Reese.
これでいいのか、エルヴィン。お前、これで。
What is gonna happen? Oh my god. Erwin, you're so hot. Oh my god. Who is that?
ボールローゼが突破されました。
Has been breached.
突如出現した超大型巨人および鎧の巨人によって
They broke through both gates of the Kalaneth
パラネ
district.
スクの扉は2つとも破壊されました。
Yeah, okay.
現在東
Currently,
区へ避難
refugees
する
from
住
the
民が
east
押
are
し寄せてき
flocking
ていま
here
す。
for safety.
退避経路を確保せよ。それはウォールローゼの住民を、人類の半数を見殺しにするとのご判断でしょうか。
先ほどその者が言った通り、内戦が始まるだけだ。中央政府が機能しなくなる恐れもある。そうなれば終わりだ。
しかし、それはあくまで可能性の話では。
その可能性があることが重大なのだ。我々は最上位の意思決定機関であるぞ。さっさと動かぬか。
Now you, sir, are violating Charter 6 or whatever the fuck. What an asshole. And that was the proof fucking Pixis needed. Not that I think that he believed Erwin and agreed with Erwin, but I mean, come on. Like right there, your true colors are shown, brother. You don't give a shit about humanity. All you care about is your wealth and your power and the absolute control of the government.
まさかこのような時に壁が破られようとは。
しかし不幸中の幸いだろう。力は見つかっているのだ。あとは器が受け止めるまでここで持ちこたえればいい。
そうだ。今は目
There's
先
no
の
need
被
to
害
be
に
flustered by this
もう
little
そう過ぎ
disaster. I wonder who the vessel is. I'm guessing they're talking about Aaron, and I wonder who they're going to make the vessel of that power.
扉の閉鎖は阻止させてもらう。
すまん。
私も加勢しよう。
Okay. Okay.
ザックレー。
彼らの判断は意外だったかのザックレー総統。先ほどの報告は誤報です。ご安心ください。今現在巨人の襲撃は確認されていません。
Ah! Ah!
首謀者ならわしじゃ。
ピクシス。
中央憲兵の大半はどこかへ出払っておるようですな。それを幸いと言うべきか。
どういうことだ。
先ほど駐屯兵団と調査兵団は同調していないと申し上げましたが。
Okay, good. Because I was a little confused that the Titans had broken through because my theory had been that the government and the Titans were aligned with maintaining power. And I was like, fuck, okay, so that is not a good hypothesis, but it was all made up. So it could still be the case. They obviously know about the power of Aaron, and they talked about a vessel. So they're going to insert that power into somebody by having them eat Aaron. So I think that's further proof that these intelligent titans are in cahoots with the government.
エルヴィンを処刑台に送ってもよいと思っておった。当然、場合によってはわしらも首を差し出す覚悟もあった。じゃが、今あなた方が答えをくれましたわ。
You don't give a shit about humanity.
たとえ巨人の力や成り立ちに関して無知であろうと、我々の方があなた
I
方
dare
より
say
は
we in our
多
ignorance
くの
can save
命を
far
生
more
かし
people
まし
than
ょ
you
う。
ever could.
バカなことを
You fool.
ここを
What do you
制圧し
think
たから
undermining
何だ
us
という
will
のだ。
accomplish?
民衆が従うと思っているのか。民衆は王に貸し付くのみだぞ。地方の貴族も黙っておるまい。
兵というのは時には王より上官に従うものでな。そもそも偽の王であればなおのこと。
In question is
我
a
々は
fraud.
真の王を
You
立て
put
る
in
つもり
place
で
a
す。
new ruler of our own.
まさかそこまで。こんな詐欺のような真似がまかり通ると。
これが本当に非常時であったなら、あなた方の先ほどの判断こそ
Violates clause 6 of the Charter of Humanity. That's right. That's what I said.
偽りの王を立て、政治を私
To personally control and run the government, not punishable by death.
ナイル、人類はより険しい道を歩まざるを得なくなったぞ。
Okay. Okay. So the guy that was flipping out, that was given orders, I think that guy is Reese, right? That king that they have that's just like basically a soulless, vapid shell of a man. That's not Reese, is it? I thought Reese was the big-eyed guy. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I started doubting myself after I said that, is all I'm saying. Oh my God, I'm so hot.
その前に真実を書きましょうよ。
それに書かれてる通り冤罪だってことや王政側の圧力フリッツ王が偽物であることまでバッチリだ
King Fritz is a total
君たち
fake.
について
Okay.
も正当防衛ってことで
Okay, 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 okay.
我々は
But that other guy was Reese, right? The one that was actually giving the powers. We won! Kind of.
そんなバカな。
それから中央憲兵の一部、その親玉とエレン、ヒストリアはまだ別の場所にいる。早いとこ見つけねえと。
Don't find them soon.
それなら手がかりがあるこの戦いはそこで終わりにしよう
Okay, Underground Chapel, a sacred location where the royal family's power has been passed down for generations. The walls are composed of a naturally luminescent ore, which is thought to have been created by some form of Titan power. A sacred location where the royal family's power has been passed down for generations. The walls are composed of a naturally luminescent ore, thought to have created by some form of Titan power. Okay.
君の使命は相変わらず辛いな。死んだ方がはるかに楽に見える。しかし、だったらなぜそうしなかった？
それは
私の理由を言おうか？昔から奴らが気に食わなかったから。ムカつくのだよ。
They piss me
偉
off.
そうな奴と偉くないの
Pompous
に
pricks
偉
and
い
pigs
奴
who
が。
think they're
い
important.
や、もうむしろ好きだな。思えばずっとこの日を夢見ていたのだ。つまり、君らもやらなくても、私がくたばる前に一丁かましてやるつもりだったの。このクーデターが人類にとっていいか悪いかなどには興味がない。
Wow. That's an admission.
そうだろう。しかしそれは君も同じだろう。君は死にたくなかったのだよ。私と同様、人類の命運よりも個人を優先させ。
Ooh, yeah. There you go. Oh my goodness. There you go. You prioritize yourself over the fate of humanity. And I think what he's speaking to is that we all do that. We are all selfish pricks. It's always about us, right? It's always like we're always the hero in our own story, I guess, in a lot of ways. Reminds me of a journal entry I just wrote earlier this week, where I was talking about basically like fate, right? I'm reading this book and it conjured up a bunch of thoughts about basically like who you're supposed to be in the world, like the divine doling out to you who you're supposed to be. And inside of that journal entry, I wrote something along the lines of like, you know, if that's the case, then how do I give myself over to that, not knowing what that fate is really truly? And secondly, understanding that in my imagination, that fate, inside of that fate, I am the star of the show. But in reality, I'm probably like not like I'm probably an extra in the background, right? Not even a co-star in this like grand scheme, whatever. I mean, I don't know if I believe any of that stuff, but these were just thoughts that were coming up for me. And I feel like this is speaking a little bit to that, where it's just like we all do prioritize ourselves over something as big as humanity because we're all the stars of our own story. And how can the star die, right?
ハンジさん、二人の居場所の手がかりって。
これから話す。エルヴィンから託されたレイス教領地の調査報告書がこれだ。中身はほとんど5年前、レイス家を襲ったある事件についてだ。
5年前。
そう。ウォー
On
ル
the
マリア
day
が
while
破壊
Maria
され
was
た日だ。
breached.
とにかく最初からかいつまんで話すと、ロットレイスという
As the
男は
lord of his territory,
領地の
popular
主と
opinion
して
of
の評
Rod
判は
Reese
悪くなかった
wasn't all that bad.
5人の子供を持
He
ち、
had 5 children, and
特
his
に
eldest daughter
長女のフリー
Frida
ダは
was a
飾らない性
down-to-earth
格で、
girl,
領民からも好かれていた
and
らし
even the
い。
peasants adored.
しかし5年前の夜、
That night, 5
悲
years
劇が
ago,
起きた。
disaster struck.
世間の混乱に乗じた盗賊の襲撃によって村にある唯一の礼拝堂が焼け落ちてしまったんだ。悪いことにその夜はレイス一家が全員揃って祈りを捧げていた。そして一家の主ロットレイスを除く一族全員が盗賊に惨殺されてしまったんだ。
Whoa, okay. I was wondering why none of other Reese's children were in the running for getting the crown.
してそれはヒストリアの母親が中央憲兵に
To top it off, the incident occurred just a few days before Historia's
殺され
mother
る数日前の出来
was
事。
killed by the interior police.
つまりロットレースは家族を失った
Immediately
直
after
後
losing
に
his family, Rod
ヒストリア
Reese
に
sought out
接触を図った
Historia.
この辺りに連中がヒストリアを求める理由があるのだろう。
血縁関係か。
もはやここに巨人の存在がなかったという方が不思議なくら
There
いだ。
were no traces of
これが
Titans.
私の早合点だとしても、こんだけ怪しければ十分我々が向かう価値があるはずだ。
Okay, do we think that Rod Reese murdered his own family? And why would he do that? Ah!
それが本当だとしたら、エレンはいつどうやって巨人になり、誰を食べて能力を得たんだろう。
くそ。
Is that Historia?
ヒストリア。
Oy vey. Okay. It always ends on a cliffhanger here. So, all right, in the interest of saving us a little time, Okay, so I had originally had a little bit of confusion in the last episode when Reese was basically was he apologizing to Historia? I can't remember. But Aaron was there with the thing in his mouth, and I was like, who is that? Because I was thinking that had happened right after the annihilation of Historia's mother. But now, I mean, is Historia gonna take Aaron's power? Okay, I don't know. It's just me asking questions at this point. Let's watch the preview.
エレンを救うため
Mikasa
礼
on the
拝
other
堂を
side
目
for
指
the
すミ
Reese
カサたち
Chapel.
しかし捕らえられたエレンが知った
Finds
のは
out.
父グリシャの許されない罪であった次回
Oy vey. Ah. Okay. Well, at least we'll finally learn about how Aaron's father was able to give Aaron the power that he gave him. Maybe his father was an intelligent Titan, and maybe he found a way to encapsulate that power. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. I'm just grasping at straws. We've learned again, and I think I said this in one of the previous episodes. I didn't say that in this one, but I feel like the more I learn, the more questions I have. A lot was uncovered. Decidedly so. A lot has been uncovered in these last couple of episodes. A lot of like confusion I had. I just need to know how all this Titan stuff like began. I kind of feel like did humans have a part in the uprising of the Titans and the walling off of humanity? Or did that happen and then a certain contingent of humanity learned the powers of the Titans and basically wield those powers to maintain control? You know, it's like so many things, right? It's like, did the government cause it to create control? Or did the thing happen and then the government took advantage of it to maintain and create control? Right? Like there are so many things that happen in our present day world. We look at, you know, the recent illness that overtook the world, right? And there are these theories that say, oh, a government like the Chinese government created it in order to control people. Or was it a thing that accidentally happened? Or, you know, especially now that we're learning that it might have come from a lab. And I'm just using this as an example, and like I'm not making any sort of political statement, but what I'm saying is like there's that other like thought of like, well, maybe they didn't do it, but they're taking advantage of it, kind of like 9/11, let's say, right? It's like there are these theories that the government made 9/11 happen, that they were a part of it, so that they could manufacture consent for war. But then there's the other idea that like, oh, it's a thing that happened, but then it was taken advantage of. So that's kind of where I am in my questioning of what's going on here. Is like, did the government create Titanhood so that they could control people? Or was it something that they took advantage of when that time came in order to have the power and the wealth that they do? Holy buckets, I have no fucking clue, okay? Just thank you. I got to get inside. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to our channel, and a special thank you to our patrons. We appreciate you. We couldn't do it without you. If you want to support what we're doing here, be sure to donate to our Patreon. It is truly, truly what keeps us going here. So thank you very much. So much to learn still. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.